Hey, what's cracking, Game Skulls? Welcome back to the $1 Billion Grind. And it's Monday, July something, I guess July 18th. And tonight is the short stream. I do have to work tonight. We're just going to knock out a couple Cayos, a nightclub sale, get the safe, stuff like that. I wasn't able to stream on Friday like I normally do. Just ended up having a little bit of a family emergency that kind of knocked my plans out for that night. But everything's good. Everything's going well. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I know I did. I'll tell you what, last Wednesday we did a special stream because I was hitting 400 million in the grind. If you look up at the upper right corner, man, I've already grinded another 36 million since then, and that was since Wednesday. So was this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days, 36 million? Not bad at all. Definitely cranking along this week. I think we'll get to 500 much more quickly than we did like getting to 400 from 300. I think it's going to be a much shorter time period. I'm thinking by the end of July we'll be hitting 500. So anyways, with that in mind, let's get to it. And it's not a very good Cayo. I've got one teed up. It's tequila and then like a single cocoa and some cash as the secondary. So it's not going to be a real valuable Cayo, but every little bit helps, and it is still the best money in the game. So let's get settled in here and go through our expanded and enhanced short load screens. I will forever make fun of that because they dared to talk about it and then didn't fix it. I guess that wasn't really too bad though. I mean the ones that we just had. So Rockstar, you are killing me, just killing me, killing us. They delayed the summer DLC by a week. So like it originally should have been coming out tomorrow. Now it's going to be coming out next week, Tuesday instead. And they still haven't released any kind of notice about exactly what it is. Just there's been all kinds of hints out there, all kinds of rumors, but you know, no one really knows for sure. They're just simply not going to announce it. Now, like I said before, in the past, like last summer for the Tuner DLC and 2 summers ago for whatever one that was, they did tend to do like a trailer for it about 5 days before. So once again, since the release date got kicked back to next week, Tuesday, I would expect this Thursday that we'll probably see an announcement of some kind from Rockstar, at least detailing what's going to be in it and getting us ready for it. Obviously, I've got plenty of money for whatever it is. It will put a dent in the grind, but, you know, hey, man, it's DLC. Plus, hopefully there will be new money-making opportunities in the DLC that will maybe help with the grind. I know the big thing that they said is they're looking to make other activities, like existing activities, pay a little better than they did in the past. Now, we discussed that last week, you know, the question being, why can't they kind of like bring all activities up to a similar type of income level and then let us choose, you know, to do the activities that we enjoy doing and have it be worth our time, that, you know, we don't feel like we're missing out because we're not doing the most valuable activity. Will they go far enough with that? No idea. Probably not. But at least they quasi-acknowledged that whole problem with their announcement when they said, we want you, you know, their wording was pretty important with that. I thought their wording was actually one of those rare times where Rockstar wording was actually really well done. If they mean what I hope they mean. Okay, this guy's already moving. I'm not gonna and he got around the corner. On the bright side, that usually means I can take out this camera and get in there before he comes back and not get caught. And hold on a second here. Hey, Cameron the Gamer, welcome, sir. Welcome. And let's get in here before he comes back. I can probably, at the very least, grab the cocoa. But yeah, their wording was really well done. They said, you know, we want people to be able to do the activities they enjoy and still be able to earn enough money to buy the things in game that they want. and that's pretty huge. That's addressing exactly what the problem is, which is, you know, the best way to make money by far and far away is Cayo. So if you're not doing Cayo, it kind of makes you feel like you're missing out, like you should be doing Cayo. And of course, you do it over and over and over again, and you know, you get tired of it, and that's not good for the game. So, you know, I'm hoping that they are recognizing that as a problem. They seem to be when they say that. There was no reason for them to say it unless they were actually recognizing that problem. And so that's good news in my mind. Now, what will they do about it? You know, will they address it to the level that I hope to see them address it? Will they make it so that all the other activities, you know, you can earn a similar amount of money for the same time spent, or at least, you know, within range of, not like only 5% of. You know, that's really the answer right there. Like I said, some of my favorite activities are some of the old school activities. I like the land races. I really like the land races. This is a great game for racing. It really is. But even when they had them on triple money the other week, I couldn't get anybody to join them with me. Nobody wanted to race, and why should they? You don't earn any money doing it, and people are looking to grind money in this game. So if they made it so that you could earn for the time spent, you know, similar amount of money as you would spending that same amount of time on Cayo, why then people would probably be a lot more likely to join the races, and put that across all other activities, contact missions, the older heists, everything. Again, will they address it, you know, all the way to the point of being almost equal? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, hey, thank you very much for the subscription, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very nice. Thank you, sir. So will they address that? I honestly don't know if they'll address it enough. It sounds like they're going to address it somewhat. But it's the you know how Rockstar is. So hopefully on Thursday we'll get some, or by, you know, Thursday-ish, we'll get some kind of update from them, at least explaining what, you know, is going to be in this update, like a little more detail. A lot of people are starting to lean now towards like a cops and crooks kind of thing, mostly because they mentioned new contact missions where you become an IAA officer. And I forget who it is, but somebody, was it maybe Tylarius? I don't know. Somebody was talking about, they think that the real focus of this DLC, it isn't going to be like last year was a major DLC. You know, we had the whole edition of the auto shop and the little auto shop mini heists and all that, and the LS customs, everything. You know, that was a huge update last summer. It really was. But somebody was saying they thought that probably this is going to be a much smaller update, at least by summer standards, but it's going to be like in preparation for a huge winter update. Like some of the things it's going to put in place are going to be like teasers for what's coming. And I don't know how that works. I don't know. It's all it's all conjecture, man. We don't know anything until Rockstar puts out a notice. So hopefully by the end of the week, they will finally release some official word about what's actually going to be in the update. And hopefully it will not be another, oh, we're delaying it another week. I will say, since Rockstar delayed it, they did one, oh man, this guy. I hate when I do that. I bumped into him instead of popping him. Now this guy's moving. I got to get him before the camera. Can I get a shot on him without getting caught? I killed him. Nope. Ah, crap. I blew it. All right. So when this happens, you may as well jump. I was afraid he might have been in the camera view. I was worried about that, actually. I should have waited for him to get out of the camera. It happens sometimes. Every now and then I screw up the heist. No big deal. We'll just start it over. I wasn't that far into it anyways. It doesn't take real long to do these things. But anyways, one great thing that Rockstar did do with the delay of the summer DLC was they put payphone hits on Double Money. which is huge. Payphone hits are already like one of the best paying things in the game. They're comparable to CEO auto exports, and like CEO auto exports, there's a 20-minute cooldown on them. But in general, they take a lot less time than CEO auto exports, because you figure to do an auto export with CEO, you've got to go source the car, and by the way, this is assuming a high-end car, and selling to the best dealer when you're doing it. I mean, if you're doing it any other way, you're kind of wasting your time anyway. But in 99% of the people do it that way. Let's get this started again. But to do the auto export, you have to go source the vehicle and go through that mission. And that will usually cost you some money, because I don't know about you guys, but I almost never get the car back to my lockup without some kind of damage. As a matter of fact, when I was doing it regularly, I considered it a success if I kept the damage under 5,000, because you've got NPCs with machine guns coming after you. You've got NPC drivers hell-bent on crashing into you while you're driving down the road. You can use a cargo bob, but then that really makes it kind of take a lot longer, at least for sourcing. It's actually really good for delivering. I always used cargo bob for delivery. But anyways, at the end of the day, you had to do the source mission, and then you had to do the delivery mission. And the max amount of money you could make was 80 grand. But by the time you paid fees and car damage and stuff, it usually worked out to like 70 some was usually what you really earned per car. So that was considered really good money, some of the best money in the game, actually. Well, payphone hits came out. They typically takes 5 minutes or less to do. Some of the fastest ones I can finish in under a minute, actually. And they pay 85 grand straight up. Assuming you do complete the bonus kill. Like, you can just assassinate the guy, you can do the hit for like 15 grand, or if you kill them the way they want you to, then you get an additional 70, so it becomes 85. And you can do that every 20 minutes, and it only takes a few minutes. So at the end of the day, like I said, it was always comparable to CEO auto exports to me for the money, actually a little bit better. And the fact that they put this on double money means you can earn 170 grand in less than 5 minutes pretty consistently. That's huge. That's really good for the grind. It actually makes payphone hits more valuable than my bunker sale. Bunker sale is something I normally do too. Now, I do it solo style. I make sure I only ever get one vehicle. So I buy a single bar of supplies, and it sells for 210,000. But I buy the supplies for 75, so I make 135 per bunker run. With payphone hits on double money, that 170 is more valuable than the 135. Yeah, he's already out of sight, isn't he? Yeah, I'm not going to take that shot. So it actually makes payphone hits more valuable than bunker for right now, which makes payphone hits a really, really valuable part of the grind for now, too. And so that is one nice thing that they did for the wait. So while we wait for the DLC to come out now. Hey, Deja Vu, weren't we just here a few minutes ago? Had to restart this. But yeah, they're killing me with this delay. I was really hoping to be, getting that tomorrow. But it is what it is. I'm sure. You know what? I'll tell you what. If there were problems that had to be worked out, I would much rather them get those straightened out and make sure the DLC is good and not like full of bugs. I would much rather wait a little bit extra and have it be good than get it tomorrow and then sit here and bitch and complain in my stream about all the bugs that came with it. So, at the end of the day, it'll come out when it comes out. And in the meantime, we do have double money on payphone hits, which is nice. Oh, all right. So I can't believe I screwed that up and had to start this over again. All right. I really, really hope, though, that among the things that they increase in value, I really, really hope that races, like street races and stuff like that, is going to be included in it. That is just, you know, I miss the old school days, man. I remember back in PS3, and yeah, I'm waxing nostalgic here, you know, starting up a LAN race, and you'd get 8 people in it, like, every single time. And I think, my memory's getting kind of fuzzy. I don't know, were there any races that could take 16 people back then? I'm not sure about that. I know you could have 8, though. There were plenty that took 8. And it seemed like there was never any problem. And the race that I was really, really good at, and my favorite race of all time, I've probably run it hundreds of times, if not over 1,000 times, was cutting coroners, which is the one kind of by the hospital, like in the ghetto-ish area. That was my favorite race. It was just the perfect mix of straightaways and turns. It was very definitely a skill race. The best part was the very first turn. The very first turn, if you didn't know this race and you came up on the very first turn is deceptively, it looks easy, but it's very deceptive because it's actually pretty hard. You have to be very careful going through the first turn. And one of my favorite things to do running that race when I was good at it and when I was experienced at it was watching all the first timers try to hang with me through that turn and watching them all pile up against the building, because it's just a lot sharper than it looks until you go through it. But great times, man. Just those were some great races. And as funny as it was when a newbie came into the race who didn't know the turns, it was even more fun when somebody good at the race came in, because that's kind of a long track. And we would usually do 3 laps. And having someone neck and neck with you, man, like really having to struggle for position and trading that first place position back and forth. You don't know how it's going to end. And, you know, the end of the race is always looming. The pressure's mounting. It was so much fun. And today, if I get into free roam and I launch that race, or any race for that matter, I can sit there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and hardly anyone will join. I'm lucky if I get a single guy to join. And I hope that that's just because of the money, because it doesn't pay crap, so no one wants to do it. I am a little bit afraid that it's because people don't like racing anymore. Like the player base of people playing the game today are just not into the racing, and they don't think it's fun. And if that's the case, even if they raise the money up to Cayo Perico levels, it's not going to save it. People still aren't going to want to do it if they don't like it. Man, my guy is moving so slow. I'm like behind again. Actually, not too bad. I can get him this time. Yep, just got to get up behind him. Come on, run. There we go. All right, we're a little better up to speed this time. That's where I messed up last time. I shot him, but his body got seen by the camera. Oh, stuck on walls. This guy's going to start moving, actually, but that's okay. Got him. No one's dropping the gate key here. Hopefully the guy at the top of the stairs has it, because I have not seen it yet. Alright, this guy here. Yes, he had the gate keys. Thank goodness. I mean, worst case scenario, I just have to use the elevator instead. But that takes longer, and I don't like it. So, alright, not much in the safe, to be honest. Oh, well, actually, no, there wasn't there? That was probably a good 80, 90 grand. That is at the upper range. I think the most I've ever seen the safe hold is like 95,000. I don't know if it ever holds 100,000. I don't think so. If it does, it's pretty rare. And I like this fingerprint scanner because there's only 2 prints instead of 4, like the one in the elevator. All right, gotta focus on this. 2, 3, 4. Okay. We got 1 down here. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right, not bad. In general, you want to finish each one in about 15 seconds. So the whole thing, when you're doing 2, should take about 30 seconds. If you keep it under 40 seconds total, you're doing fine though. Tequila. I can't complain too much though, actually. I know last week I was saying I had a long streak of tequilas, and I did. But I will say this past week I've had a long streak of no tequilas. Kind of a mix. Not a lot of Pink Diamond. I had a few. I want to say mostly, whoops, burn my fingers. Mostly Bearer Bonds and Ruby Necklace have been what I've had the most of, which is like kind of the middle targets. Not bad. It's definitely a good, definitely good money. Well, I mean, even if you get tequila, this is still the best money in the game. So is this guy? Yep, he already made his turn. Kind of watching the Juggernaut and the radar down there when I come out here. Wait for this guy to turn around. Once he's heading the other way, I can just kind of sneak past him, behind him, and get out of here. Oh my gosh, I screwed this up the other day. So those of you who've watched this, you know the next thing I do is I run out to the motorcycle outside the gate. And I pop the guy by the motorcycle, and I take the motorcycle, go jump into the water, and I'm done. I ran up to this guy. Now, mind you, this is the very end of the heist. I mean, this is like the very end here. And so I ran up to this guy here, and instead of hitting this guy, I accidentally hit the button to jump on the motorcycle instead. So like right here, I hit this guy, and I jump on the motorcycle. So I hit the wrong button. I jumped on the motorcycle instead of hitting him. And he immediately reacted, opened up his machine gun in my face, killed me. And just ruined the heist completely. I had to start the whole thing over again for that one, and it was just kind of funny. Did learn something new from Beatstown Gaming. Whoops, let me get my mask on. So normally I swim out to the skeleton out there. You can kind of see it in the shadows out on the seabed floor. But now what I've learned is once you get to the point where Leave Cayo has disappeared from the text, you can just come up here and stop. And if I just sit here, give it a moment, boom, it's all done. And so you don't actually have to swim all the way out to that skeleton. And I want to say, I mean, is it a huge time difference? No, it probably saves me, what, about 5 seconds? But it's just kind of interesting to know. Beatstown Gaming had posted a new speed run for Cayo the other week, and I saw him do this instead of swimming all the way out to the skeleton, so I figured I would try it. And sure enough, you don't have to sit there and, you know, if nothing else, it saves my thumbs, my old ancient thumbs, and maybe puts a little more life in my controller because I do swim all the way out. Oh, hey, Remington, thank you for joining. How am I this dedicated? Nothing better to do? That's not really true. I do have more important things to do than play games, actually. But I do. How about this? It's something that balances me. I really enjoy doing it. It's just a really nice, relaxing activity, and so I figure $1 billion is a nice round number to get to. And you know, it's kind of hard to answer that question. I just subbed. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hey, Alex. Wow, hey, welcome from Greece. Hello, sir. I don't know if it means anything to you. My wife is Albanian, which is right next to Greece. But I don't know any Greek or anything like that. But welcome, people. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy a chill stream, because that is definitely what this is. And let's see what the final take was. It was, like I said, tequila, and the secondaries weren't that great. I don't know what that word means, so I don't want to say it. Sorry. Let me call my vehicle. You guys have ever seen the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding? That literally was like my life when I was getting married. It was really funny. When that movie came out, my wife and I really laughed because it was essentially my experience. Right on down to the cousins. Like if you guys remember in that movie, the cousins try to get the guy, the groom to be. They try to get him to say some things in Greek, which of course were horrible curse words and stuff like that. And of course, as soon as he does it, all the old people immediately blame the brother that got him to say it. I swear to you, the exact same thing happened to me. Her cousin, who's known to be a little bit of a troublemaker, at one of our events that we were at, got me to say some things to the older Albanian people in Albanian, and it turned out to be like some horrible thing that I shouldn't be saying. But just like in the movie, those guys didn't even blink when I said it. They all turned immediately to the cousin that had told me to say it and shouted at him, leave him alone, quit messing with him. So it was funny. So anyways, hold on one second, guys. I got to check my safe in here before I get to the nightclub sale. How much does Cayo pay out? On average, Cayo pays out about 1.5 million, around there. But it varies, like anywhere from like I guess it could be as low as 1.3 some million, and then as high as like 1.8 some million. But on average, it stays around the 1.5 million range. How many cars do I own? Gosh, I don't know. Not really too many on this character, actually. I haven't gotten into spend mode. Once I hit that $1 billion, I'm going to, well, actually, I'll probably grind up to about 1.1 billion just to have that 100 million safety net to be able to buy whatever I want. Once I hit $1 billion, I want to stay over $1 billion at that point. That'll be to me, $1 billion will be like $0. Why? I don't know. I don't have any good reason for it. Just because, I guess. But once I do get up there, one of the things I am going to do is I'm going to go and buy myself all the cars that I want, all of everything that I want. But just because I've been so focused on the grinding, I really haven't had the time to pay much attention to my car collection and stuff like that. I'm a big fan though of more classic cars in it. I don't know. I do like my supercars. I do, since I like racing, I do definitely want to get all the best racers in each class. These are all things I'd like to do. But for right now, the focus is really entirely on the money grind. And I would really like to hit $1 billion as quickly as possible with it. It is unfortunately not going as fast as I wanted. If you guys go watch some of the earlier streams, back in April and stuff, I was saying, oh, I'm going to be done with this by the end of August. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be done with this by the end of August. A guy back then, I think he was actually right. He said you'll probably be done with it by the end of the year, and that's probably more realistic. If I keep on pace. How old am I? I am 50 years old. I will be 51 in August, though. So I am an old man with no thumbs, and you'll hear me reference that a lot. One of the reasons I don't really get into PvP in this game is because I can't hang with you young whippersnappers. I have no idea how you guys fight with these dang controllers. I have no idea how you do it. My thumbs, I can't aim. I just cannot aim. Now, I am in a free aim lobby. I don't have aim assist or anything like that. So, that plays a part of it. But I just, I've tried to get into fights like with tryhards, people who are really into PvP. People griefing me and stuff. And I lose spectacularly every single time. I had one guy, it gives you the numbers when you're fighting. There was a jet griefer that came after me one time. I was trying to snipe him out of his jet. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Guy was up on me 23-0 before I gave up and jumped into my RC car and said, okay, we're done. So yeah, I'm no PvPer, that's for sure. Am I married? I am. My wife is Albanian, like I said earlier. That's why that My Big Fat Greek Wedding movie, I can really relate to it, because it was almost the story of me getting married for real. I think one of my favorite lines from that movie was how the mom just couldn't comprehend him being a vegetarian. And when he told her, I don't eat meat. And she goes, oh, I'll make you lamb. And that's funny because Albanians, like, they serve a lot of lamb too. I had never had lamb before I went to like their events. So let's deposit the safe cash. What did we get? We had like 367,000 in the safes. Not bad. I'm not keeping the nightclub popularity up anymore, so my nightclub safe is not as big as it used to be. Now, I did this nightclub sale pretty late yesterday, so this might not be built up as much as normal. We will see in a moment here. Yeah, it's pretty low, like 700 some thousand. Let's just get it sold, though. Toska. Actually, your name does look, now that you say that.
So it seems like I'm not the only one worried about being caught with all...
Yeah, that actually does look, And now, I don't speak Albanian. Yes, I've been with her for 30 years. I know a few things, like, I hear him go Siad and Mid, and, I know when we leave, I gotta use sightseer app, like not Nemore when we leave and stuff like that. Or Falam Daddy, say thank you. But otherwise, I can't understand it. Like, my wife, when she gets into conversations with her family, I don't understand a word they're saying, even after 30 years. To be fair, I've never really tried to learn it that much either. In fact, the very first thing she ever taught me when we were teenagers was Haitashkoim, meaning let's get out of here, which is if we were somewhere like at a party or something and we didn't really want to be there, but we didn't want to offend the people we were with, she'd say Haitashkoim. And we'd be like, okay, let's get out. Anyways, figures, the first thing I learned is a way to talk without people understanding so I can leave without being offensive. And all right. I've earned 400 million literally by grinding Cayo and nightclub sales and bunker sales and other money making activities over and over and over again. This is a totally legitimate grind. No glitches, no cheats, nothing like that. No shortcuts. I want the $1 billion to be 100% legitimate. And where is this next? I'm going to crash while I do this, but that's okay. You know what? I'm going to take the long way around. I don't feel like going up through the mountains. I'm playing on Xbox Series X, and this is the new expanded and enhanced edition. So it is the latest generation version. And I will say this for it. It does look so much better than the last generation version. It finally, I will say that the appearance of this game is just about rivaling PC at this point. I think PC will always have the advantage just because it's PC and it's always going to have more powerful hardware in it and stuff like that. But if you've ever tried to play this game on PC, I mean, I know a lot of people do. I can't stand it. I despise the PC. Whoops. Wow, that fence did not give way like I was thinking it would. Anyways, I despise the PC platform because the modders are so out of control. This game is absolutely, totally broken on the PC platform, in my opinion. I won't play there. I can't. I mean, let me qualify that. I will... Every now and then I might jump into PC just for some fun to do something or other, but I won't play it seriously there, just because I can't stand the modders. They've ruined everything. It's so broken. 32. I have... You know, without the commas, I'm having trouble reading that. Is that 200 million or is it 20 million? Looks like 20 million. And, you know, honestly, 20 million is fine. That's plenty of money to buy everything you need. I would never claim that I need $1 billion. I don't need $1 billion. I don't even need the 400 million that I have. I have enough to buy anything in the game that I want. It's just about setting a goal and hitting it. You know, that's really all it is. Looks like Cayo's cooled down, so once I finish this nightclub sale, I will do that. Oh, guys, help me, my old eyes. Here we go, 1672. You'd think that I would find that particular puzzle more quickly than I do, because I do IT for a living. So I'm looking at IP, and specifically I support Cisco networking devices. So I'm looking at IP addresses all day long in my real job. So you would think that that puzzle would be easy for me, but it's actually not. It's always kind of hard, or a lot of times kind of hard to find the numbers. Old eyes, man, 50-year-old eyes. Always, guys, when you're watching me, like struggle with any of these things, always remember, half a century old, half a century. So, anyways. Oh, 2 million. You ever done the casino heist? If so, which is better, Cayo or casino? I have done the casino heist. I've done it several times. Every now and then on Fridays or Saturdays, you might see me do a different stream called Heisting with Friends or Heists with Friends. And it's a group of guys that I play with. We call ourselves the Unprofessionals because, well, we suck. But we do casino heists quite a bit. We actually did the Doomsday heist a few months ago, too. I would say that if you're playing solo, like I am, then I would say that Cayo Perico is the way to go. Absolutely. You can earn so much more money because you can't do the casino heist without other people. But, and I don't like doing them with randoms, by the way. But if you have a group of people that you can count on, you can do well with, and you grind the casino heist, it's pretty similar money. I want to say versus doing Cayo with other people, I think you might get a little bit of a better payout with casino in multiplayer than you do in Cayo. So it all depends kind of on how you're doing it. I want to say for multiplayer, if you're playing with a group of other people, then casino heists and Cayo Perico heists are really close in value. They're neck and neck. But if you're playing solo, I mean, obviously you have to do Cayo, and I will say that doing Cayo solo absolutely pays way more money than even doing casino heist with other people. So at the end of the day, for quickest money, Cayo always wins. And that's what we were talking about with the update coming up, the DLC coming out. Rockstar seemed to be acknowledging that that's a little bit of a problem because it causes people to feel like if they're not doing Cayo, then they're missing out. And so they're saying that they're going to be increasing payouts for some of the older stuff that have been in the game for a while. And I'm really, really hoping that they upgrade the payouts on that stuff to make it like comparable to doing Cayo. And then maybe people will be able to spend the time, using Rockstar's words, people can spend the time doing stuff that they like and stuff that they enjoy and not feel like they're missing out because they're not doing Cayo. I think as much as I appreciate Cayo and I appreciate the payouts because it was definitely needed for the longest time, the cost of things in this game versus the amount of money you could make was way out of balance for a really long time, and Cayo definitely fixed that. But the new problem it kind of introduced now is that, but it's the only thing that fixed it, and they really should fix it across the board with all the activities. So we'll see. The update comes out next week, and we'll see what they do to address that. I'm hopeful, but how about this? I'm cautiously optimistic because I also know that they tend to not always do things to the level they should. Oh, hey, Alex. Hey, thanks for dropping by, sir. Thank you very much, and you get some good rest. Have a good one, man. I didn't think I own a Kasaka and arcade, but don't have crew members to do casino with. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem. If you're playing mostly solo, Cayo is absolutely the way to go. Let me call for my personal vehicle, my Oppressor Mark II. If it would show... Jeez. You know, I'm up here in the lumberjack thing, and it spawns... Look at my radar. It spawned my my oppressor all the way down on the highway. So I have to drive all the way down there. In a Seminole, no less. This is like the slowest freaking truck in the game. This is probably not the most efficient route down, but that's okay. I'll enjoy the little drive through the woods here. That's something I don't do much anymore. Something that I used to do a lot when I first started playing this game. I used to just like stop and just like look around and like marvel at just the people who designed this world, designed this map. They did such a great job. They really did. This is, in my opinion, the greatest game map ever designed. One of them for sure. Just from sheer beauty and scope and stuff like that. I feel like Agent Smith in The Matrix when he's talking to Morpheus, and they're looking out the window and he's got Morpheus set up. You ever stared at it, marveled at its beauty? Just billions of people going about their lives. But he's right. I mean, if you were to apply that to this, just it's amazing what they achieved with this. And so long ago. I mean, you figure this thing was 10 years ago when they were developing it. I mean, it's 2022, so yeah, this fall, what is it, July, August, 2 months from now, this game is going to be released for 9 years. So yeah, this map was even designed, a decade ago at this point, and I still don't know. Well, I was going to say I don't know if anyone's ever topped it. Actually, yeah, you could say Red Dead Redemption 2, that map absolutely topped it. It was even bigger, it was even more detailed, and more beautiful in scope. But unfortunately, it's set in the 1800s, so not quite as action packed as like the modern setting here. Do you go invite only when doing heist prep? Let's just say yes. I actually don't. Like here, let me hit my down arrow. Let me get rid of my large radar first. Display expanded off. So I'm going to hit down arrow. Let me get away from the screen. And you'll see I'm actually in a public lobby, but I'm the only one here. I do this by blocking ports on the firewall that I have sitting in front of my Xbox. So like basically anything UDP port 1000 or higher, I don't allow my Xbox to talk to on the internet, and that causes it so that I can connect to Rockstar game servers and I can get into a public lobby, but other people on their consoles my Xbox won't talk to them, so they can't join. And that prevents that also protects me from modders and stuff. Like you may have heard that, modders with some of their menus, and this is probably more of a PC thing than console, but they can even get into your invite only sessions. They can even join it. Well, they can't join mine because my Xbox won't talk to them, period, no matter what they do with their mod menus. So blocking ports is the most effective way, in my opinion, to get a solo public lobby. Of course, there's lots of other ways to do it. If you want to, search that, like on YouTube, there's plenty of people done videos about it, or even on Reddit and stuff like that. So let's get the next Cayo going here. Grapeseed. So I'm not really technically invite only, but I am doing it solo, yes. I don't have anyone else in the lobby to bother me. And yeah, that is absolutely intentional. I'm not a fan of griefers. Like I said, I suck at PvP, so I should do a stream about that. Helping griefers with their KD. As I assure you, anybody who fights me, their KD is going to go way up. So this will be Cayo number 2 for the day. And hopefully it's something good. The first one kind of sucked. It was tequila. And the secondaries weren't that great either. It was like a single cocoa and 2 cash. So let's see what we got for this one. Also, with the new speedrun that came out with Beats Down Gaming the other week, I've got a few new tactics that I use. 3 to be exact. One is in the mission in the office to get our weapon loadout. I've got a new pattern that I use that only involves killing like one less guy. When I'm getting the vehicle, the long fin, rather than going through the gate at the end, he showed that you can actually crash through the fence, and it's just like a little bit faster. These aren't like huge time savers because we're already under an hour doing this, but just little things that make it a little bit easier. And I'll just take care of this guy with the gun. Now, this location's kind of funny. I might end up with a NPC driver angry at me after this. This guy, like, gonna die? I didn't see the X. Maybe he did. No, he's still alive, isn't he? No, now he died. Okay. He was for a moment there when I was running at him. He was still alive. I could see the red circle on the radar. So amazingly, none of the drivers on the highway got mad. Half the time when I have this location and I start shooting these guys, like several of the... Man, this plane like cannot go forward over these bodies, which is kind of annoying. There we go. Had to back up and turn a little bit. But half the time when I do this location and I shoot those guys, like a couple of the cars will get mad and then they'll come in and start shooting at me too. Kind of funny. Speaking of that office job where I have the slightly new pattern when I go in to get the weapon loadout, man, those guys are like deaf and dumb. And I understand in the story that those guys are supposed to be like a rival outfit, like a rival heist outfit that you're stealing the weapons from. But I swear they could be in training to be like guards on Cayo Perico because you'll see when I get to this mission. It'll be the next one after this one, actually. Those guys are standing 10 feet from me, barely, and I'm like hacking their computer and stealing their guns, and they don't even see me at all. Assuming I don't screw it up and trigger the alarm. That does occasionally happen too. But when it goes smoothly, they're deaf and dumb in there. They don't see you at all. It's kind of bad, actually, when you think about it. I know I've said this in the past. Trying to get 10 million. Any grinding advice? Yeah, just busting out Cayo. I mean, if you get 1.5 million per Cayo, that's not going to take you long at all. What is it? 4 Cayo will get you 6. So 7.5, 9, be 6. If you did Cayo Perico like 7 or 8 times, you'd have over 10 million. Space it out over a few days. It is the fastest money in the game. I will say though that I also AFK grind my nightclub. Like for instance, when I'm not playing the game, I park myself in security cameras, usually in my Kasaka, but you can do it on any of them. And I leave my game running and I leave my guy logged in, sitting in the security cameras so that he doesn't time out of the game. And when I come back the next day, my nightclub product is all built up. And so that's pretty important to the grind too, because that nets me between that and the safes. That's like an extra million per day. And I'll say before Cayo Perico came out, the nightclub was actually my main grind. Getting that $1 million every day was very helpful. Getting a new heist within the next year? And they're just focusing on GTA 6. I think both. I think there will be a new big job to do, not this DLC, but the winter DLC probably. And then I think they are also focusing on GTA 6. Unfortunately, it's not GTA Online that suffers for GTA 6. It's Red Dead Online, unfortunately, for the Red Dead people. They said as much in their announcement the other week. They basically said, it was It was one of the most polite FUs I've ever heard in my life. Rockstar, in their announcement, they basically said, understand that we're going to focus on bringing you good weekly events, and these are going to be the things that we focus on doing really well, rather than trying to come up with like an entirely new themed content, which, you know, put simply means you're not getting new content. And then they justified it with, because we're moving more resources to the next entry in the GTA series. So GTA Online will be fine. They'll definitely get something big in the wintertime for sure. That I have no doubt about. They're not gonna interrupt this cash cow, not even for GTA 6. But Red Dead Online, that's another story. Those guys are hurting. If any of you are fans of The Professional, it's another YouTuber. He did his $1 billion grind a couple years back, and he did it without the benefit of Cayo, by the way, which is much, much, much more impressive than what I'm doing. He did it mostly with CEO crates and MC Club sales, which I despise and won't do. You'll never hear me talk too much about MC Club businesses, other than to say I despise their sell missions. I'm sorry, man. Post-op trucks, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I will not do it. Anyways, Professional posted a pretty big rant a couple weeks ago when the Rockstar announcement came out, talking about how they've just basically completely abandoned Red Dead Online, and he can't understand why, since it's not even 4 years old yet, whereas this game is going to be 9 years old, and yet they're giving this game all the support and not Red Dead. I understand his frustration, but I also understand that Red Dead will never have the audience that GTA will, because it's just simply not as action-packed, and in general, people tend to like this higher, faster-paced action more than they like, the 1890s. Oh man, it's all cash here. Now, I do get hopeful when I see all the secondaries like being crap secondaries. I get hopeful that it means it's going to be a pink diamond, but then it's like doubly crushing when the secondaries all suck and then it's still just tequila. It's like, oh, it's a horrible Cayo. By Cayo standards, it's horrible. It's still the best money in the game, though. So, hold on a second. Hey, we got Coco here, and looks like brownie mix on the other table. All right, one last little spot here. I'm just going to wait for this guy to turn around. Good, he did. You don't always have to wait for him. You can kind of go off to the left and go around that building and stay out of his sight. But if he's going to turn around anyway, may as well just run straight down the road. Looks like another Coco here. Well, now I'm scared because I can almost guarantee you with two Cocos at the North Dock here, there's one across the water and then there's this one. Oh no, I take that back. There's one just up the road here, not across the water. With two Cocos here at North Dock, this is not going to be Pink Diamond. I'll be lucky if it's Ruby Necklace at this point. You almost never get like Pink Diamond and two Cocos. That just doesn't happen. Very, very rarely, I should say. Now, there have been so many rumors about DLC coming out involving Michael, by the way, that like you ask, will they get a big heist? And I say, yeah, come wintertime. It won't be for summer, but there will be a big heist in winter. Man, I can't see that guy's vision cone because it's so bright. Get myself lined up with the shadow. Ah, here it is. Now I can see it. I'm staring down at my radar on the lower left. There's the guy, his vision cone. You can barely see it. I'm waiting for him to turn around so I can make the jump. Come on, man, turn around. There he goes. Okay. Man, it's hard to see in the bright daylight. I prefer Cayo at day because I I tend to crash into like every bush that knocks you off the motorcycle if I'm here at night. But it does make it a little bit harder to see in some circumstances, the vision cones on the radar for some of the guys. Anyways, so I said there'll be a major DLC in winter time, and I think that's true. The December DLC will be pretty huge probably, and it probably will involve some kind of big new heist or something like that. If all the rumors about Michael are true, then my thought is that it'll be something, you know, with Michael in a movie business or something. Now, I know I've said it before and I'll say it again. I really hope it does not involve a new property. That I don't want. Hold on 1 second. I got to do the maths for this. 78. Good enough. This one's easy. Just starting my first Cayo. Our setup's hard. You got to learn them. They might be a little challenging to you right at first. But just take your time with it. Don't get too frustrated. I failed the main Cayo heist so many times when I first tried to run it. I used to get so angry at it until I learned that you pretty much have to stay stealth when you're going through it. You do not want to alert those guys, because if you do, you're done. You may as well restart the heist at that point. They're going to keep coming and coming. Hey, what did I say? Ruby necklace, guys. So yeah, definitely want to stay stealth. But, you know, if you've never done it before, yeah, it's going to be challenging right at first. You definitely, there is a little bit of a learning curve with it. So, with the session, yes. Okay. So, and by the way, that's how I go back to the mainland when I'm done scoping. I've got my spawn point set in my Kasaka, so I just jump to new session, and I'll appear in my Kasaka, and my Kasaka will be in the perfect place to strike the Merryweather HQ helicopter, if that's the mission it gives me when I go to do the weapon loadout, because I refuse to do the Merryweather mission. Absolutely refuse. Anyways, yeah, so about the winter DLC and the big heist and Michael and all that, I really, really hope it does not involve a new business, or let me rephrase that, a new property that you have to buy. I think we have enough properties in this game at this point. How many more do we need? I really hope that they're going to leverage our existing properties to it. And actually, the summer DLC seemed to suggest something along those lines too, about like expanding the usage of your CEO and MC business and stuff like that. So I'm kind of hoping that's where they're going with that, rather than giving us a new property every single time there's a new like job to do. And I'll tell you, a prime candidate, the agency. The agency was set up with Franklin to be able to take on contracts for high profile clients, right? Right. Well, we only have one so far, Dr. Dre. Shouldn't there be more? I mean, is Dr. Dre going to be the only client we ever get out of the agency? And yes, I know payphone hits and security contracts and stuff. I know we got that too. But talking about like a big security contract like the Dre one, when I started hearing about Michael and the movie stuff, I honestly was hoping that they would use the agency for it. Like Michael comes and hires the agency for some problem he's having with his movie business. And then I hope the payout is good, like it is for Dre. It pays out $1 million. Although they need to increase that to make it even with Cayo for the time spent. But yeah. So we're going to do weapon loadout. And I always buy suppressors for my weapon loadout. And I always use crack shot. That's just my personal favorite. For GTA 6 trailer beginning 2023. Yeah, that would be nice. So, okay, guys, I said I never do the Merryweather mission. This is what I'm talking about. As you see at the bottom of my screen, it says go to Merryweather HQ. This mission, this Merryweather mission to get the weapon loadout, is absolutely god-awful. You have to follow a helicopter that flies like at 2 miles an hour all the way across the map to a Merryweather base where you have to take out a bunch of Merryweather guys. You have to get into an Avenger, take out some Merryweather guys in there. You have to get the weapons from the Avenger. Meanwhile, the Avenger takes off up in the air, so you have to jump out, parachute back down where, guess what? More Merryweather guys are coming. You have to take them out or get away from them or whatever, and then you have to fly all the way back across the map to your Kasaka and drop off the weapons. The mission takes a ridiculously long amount of time. So when I get that mission, I always purposely fail it by doing what I'm doing right now. Oh, there we go. And now I got the office mission. By using my guided missiles from my Kasaka to blow up the helicopter that you're supposed to follow, which fails the mission. So I always do that. Let me move to the Spoochie Beach. I always start with weapon loadout, Remington, but you can do them in any order, honestly. The only reason I do weapon loadout first is because I jumped sessions back to my Kasaka, and it puts me right by Elysian Island so that I can easily blow up that helicopter with the position that I'm in. But if you don't have guided missiles in your sub, you're not going to be able to do that anyway. And if you haven't done the prep mission, the scout out mission, the intel mission, you absolutely have to do that one first. But if you've already scouted out the intel and if it's ready for you to start prep missions, why then I usually do the weapon loadout, but you can do them in any order. And if you're doing the approach vehicle, I'm a fan of the long fin. Although I will say it's much easier to do the long fin when you have a phantom wedge. But it's not impossible to do it without it. You need to go grab a semi-truck to pull the long fin back. But I encourage you to explore all the prep missions and figure out which ones you like doing and which ones you can get good at and knock them out quickly. I do it this way just because this is what I found has been the easiest for me. And I'll admit, I was absolutely influenced by Beatdown Gaming in his speed runs because he kind of identified the ones that are the quickest to do. Now, I'm not speed running it, and I certainly wouldn't call myself a speedrunner on it, but I will say that the way I do it is, in my opinion, the easiest. Let me put my helicopter back here. I'm going to switch to my expanded radar, and I'm also going to switch to my Oppressor Mark II. There we go. Where is it? Ah, here it is, over here. And I'm going to pull back my view. Woof. Ever notice this? Maybe it's just me. Whenever I'm flying my Oppressor, I swear to God, there can be 5,000 feet of open space to the right, 5,000 feet of open space to the left, and a 4-inch wide tree or post or something, and I will always hit that tree or post, despite having almost infinite free space to either side of it. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like the Scramjet is like a magnet for water. The Oppressor Mark II is a magnet for like trees and posts and stuff like that. I always seem to run into this stuff, even when I've got all the space in the world on either side. So, okay, this is my new pattern for the office one here. This is what I learned from Beatdown this past week. So we start out the same. I always pop this guy first. And then instead of going down the hall, I come in here and I pop this guy. And then this guy. And then I come over here and I'm able to do the hacking stuff. And look at these guys. Look at these guys across the desk from me, man. They're not even 10 feet away and they don't see me standing here. Like I said, I know these guys are, you know, like a rival outfit. They have nothing to do with El Rubio or anything, but I swear to God, they are so deaf and dumb. They appear to be in training for Cayo Perico because they are every bit as deaf and dumb as the guards on the island. I don't know, you know, it's kind of bad game design in a way, to be honest with you. Remington, you got the office one. If you're not able to stealth through it the way I am right now, don't worry about it. You can easily massacre all these guys. They're not hard to kill. And for the longest time, I always did it that way. I always did the office mission by killing everybody. The other silly thing in the design of this mission is, so I did that completely stealth. People in the office had no idea I took the weapons. Yet somehow, when I come out, these helicopters are ready and waiting for me and coming after me. Not sure how that happens, since they, you know, supposedly didn't know that I took the weapons. But whatever, it is what it is. So we got the weapon loadout. I actually forgot another thing I've been doing lately, started to do, is moving my Kasaka up closer to the beach so I don't have to fly this far out to it every single time. It's kind of a pain to adjust now. Well, actually, you know what? It's not a big deal. I'm going to throw... I was going to say, I can't move it with my oppressor sitting on it, but I'll go ahead and return my oppressor, and then I'll move it. And then, because I'm going to do the longfin mission next. But that definitely saves some time with the Kasaka sitting a little bit closer to the beach. Let's just go ahead and move it, actually. You don't even really have to turn it. You just, like, hit the accelerator for about, like, 20 seconds. Till it's up even with, like, the end of the pier. Okay, is it... Uh-oh. Guess what, guys? I think my game just froze up on me. Hold on. Let me see if I can jump sessions. I might have to just jump sessions. My guy seems like he's stuck there, and it didn't give me the view to drive the Kasaka. It's going to let me jump sessions. Well, all right. That's better than having to completely close the game and reopen it. That's what I was afraid was going to happen, actually. But it does mess up my positioning of my Kasaka. That's what I get for messing with it, you know? You love it when things go wrong. Ah, it's the super fast, expanded and enhanced loading screens. Much faster than they used to be, don't you think? All right, so let's try this again. Hopefully I'm still, yeah, I am still by Vespucci Beach, which is good. So what I will do, I'll probably have to turn it now though, because we spawned in instead of like moving to this spot. So A to drive, hopefully it doesn't lock up on me this time. There we go. Okay. Wow, this thing like turns so slow. Normally I don't have to turn it like this because when I like move it to the Vespucci Beach position like I did earlier, it's already facing the beach. So that's the one unfortunate thing about the fact that I had to jump sessions like that. Kind of messed up my positioning. So I'm gonna head over this way a little bit just to kind of put it more in position with where it would be normally. There we go. This is about right. So, all right, let me just get it pointed at the beach because I come straight out at it with my oppressor when I do it. All right. So there we go. It does save a little bit of time. Normally I don't have to go through like a session jump and turning it and stuff like that. Usually I can just move it straight forward for about like 15 seconds and that's it. So bad example, definitely bad example this time. Of course, when I'm on stream. But let's get to the longfin mission. Okay, Vinwood Police. And I put my Oppressor Mark II away, so I'm just going to take the Sparrow again. Which is fine, because I have to switch off to the Phantom Wedge anyway when I get out there. I will be curious to see if Rockstar does in fact stay true to form and put out like a YouTube video at the end of this week. I'm going to be watching for it on Thursday. That would be, if I had to predict, I would say that the most likely date that we'll see something from Rockstar will be this coming Thursday, so 3 days from now. I'm planning on streaming again on Friday, so hopefully I'll have something to talk about with that then. Hopefully there'll be a new video out from Rockstar, and we can analyze a little bit about what's coming, what they show. Again, with the whole thing about becoming an IAA agent, which is what their release did say, some new contact missions involving becoming an IAA agent. It sounds like kind of like a cops and crooks kind of thing to me. And ironically, of all people, Mr. B for the W, actually a month ago did put out a video saying that the summer update was going to be cops and crooks. Thing about like him saying it is he clickbaits so much. It's almost like what did Donald, guy who's in here normally, I think it was him that maybe have said it the other week when I talked about the fact that Mr. B for the win actually did say that. He said, well, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So I don't know. We both got the same Michigan. Nice. So yeah, I tend to use the Phantom Wedge for this. If you don't have a Phantom Wedge, Pavel does put on your radar several locations of trucks you can use that you can just go steal and use for this. They are usually guarded though by a few people, so you have to kill a few NPCs, but that's not a big deal. The biggest problem for me in this mission, we'll see if we get any, are the police vans. And the reason that's a problem is they lay out the spike strips sometimes across the road. And this Phantom Wedge does not have bulletproof tires. So if I hit spike strips on the road, it's going to pop my tires. And this thing becomes much, much harder to drive with the tires popped than it is right now. And I don't know why this thing doesn't have bulletproof tires. And this is my own personal Phantom Wedge. You do not have the option. I've modified it as much as I can. You do not have the option to add bulletproof tires to this thing, from what I can see. Now, occasionally you get this vehicle. It's not your personal one, but if you do bunker sales, occasionally you'll get a bunker sale mission that has this Phantom Wedge also, and that one absolutely does have bulletproof tires. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like bulletproof tires, I feel like that would be essential on this particular vehicle. This is an armored truck with a big scoop on the front. I would think that bulletproof tires would be like, mandatory. By the way, this is the other thing Beats Down Gaming told me. I can crash through that fence rather than going through the gate. Not a huge time save, but it's a little bit easier than waiting for that stupid gate to open. And I just blow myself up here rather than deal with all the cops. How much is the Phantom Wedge? Hey, Double, welcome to the stream. I haven't bought it for a long time. It's probably a couple million though, I want to say. Give me a moment. I'll look on Warstock and see what it runs. Let me just finish this. So I'm already in the spot. You'll see the circle in a minute. There we are. All right. So, okay, so that's done. I have 3 prep missions left. Let me see what that Phantom Wedge costs, so I'll show you. First, I'm going to return it, though. And then I'm going to call for my Oppressor Mark II. So it will be on Warstock, I think. And the Phantom Wedge. I thought it was on Warstock. am I missing it? Did I scroll by it? Oh no, here it is. Trade price, which you have to do special vehicle work as CEO, which since I play solo, I really can't do. So it's like 2.5 million normal price. If you've done the special vehicle work for CEO, then it's 1.9 million. You do have to have the CEO vehicle warehouse though to own it, because that's where it gets stored. Hey Vinny, welcome to the stream. I think Rockstar is going to increase the payouts of the OG heist by a lot. I hope so. You know, not just the OG heists. Oh, hey, Double, no problem, buddy. It's actually now, shh, but I will say it's actually a lot of fun for trolling people in free mode too. By the way, it's kind of like it's like a bigger, badder version of the ramp buggy. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's almost an arena war vehicle in a way. But about the OG heist, hey Vinny, sorry about that. I hope that they do. I hope. I don't know. That it seems obvious that they should make him pay out like equally to Cayo or at least similarly. Within 10% for the time spent, by the way. But honestly, not just the OG heist. I'm really hoping that they're going to increase payouts to everything and use Cayo as the basis of pay for it. And what I mean by that is if you can finish a Cayo you can do it in under an hour, but let's just say it takes an hour to finish Cayo, and your average payout is 1.5 million. What is, I keep trying to do this in my head and I can't. One sec, guys. I'm going to just get this oppressor off the Kasaka before it falls into the water, and then I'll finish that thought. Okay, and I'll get the plasma cutter in a second. Let me pull up, because I can't do this in my head. I'm just going to pull up my calculator on my computer real quick. So let's just say Cayo pays 1.5 million on average, and on average it takes an hour to do it. So 500,000 divided by 60, that's an average of like $25,000 per minute for Cayo. If you wanted to make other activities equal to Cayo, then what you would do is you would go with that base of like whatever the activity is, about 25,000 a minute. So let's say you wanted to make land races equal to, Cayo in payout for the first place winner, obviously for the winner. Well, then if it's a 3-minute race, you would expect it to pay $75,000 for winning it. Same thing with contact mission. If you spent 3 minutes in it, well, then you would expect it to pay, 70. Contact missions, you definitely have to be kind of careful with that. I don't even like their time-based pay on contact missions. I like the way they originally had it, that a contact mission paid what it paid. And if you could finish it in 2 minutes, well, then you did better for your time. But they, for whatever ridiculous reason, they didn't think that was a good idea. So they changed it to time-based, and now I want to say it maxes out at around 20,000 if you spend like 15 minutes in it. But again, 15 minutes for $20,000 versus 1 minute for $25,000 in Cayo. Is it any wonder nobody does contact missions? Come on. So what I'm saying is, I hope that they increase the payouts for all activities across the board. And, they don't even have to make it equal to Cayo. So if Cayo averages $25,000, a minute spent, well, then if they just made it like even like 75% or 85% of that, I think most people would start doing the other activities, even if it paid slightly less than Cayo. But I will say, ask yourself this question. If they allow you to make that kind of money doing Cayo Perico, then why do they not allow you to make it doing other activities? Follow what I'm saying? Like, since you can make that kind of money anyways, why not make the other stuff pay that much too, and then let the people choose to do the stuff they enjoy the most? And that's what I'm saying. what makes me so hopeful about this announcement from Rockstar is they seem to be addressing that exact concern. The idea that people are always only going to do, you know, what the most valuable thing is. And so let's just make everything kind of equally valuable and then let them do what they enjoy the most. And that's going to promote the most health for the game. And I don't think there's any arguing with that. Like I said, I love land races. I can't get anyone to join me in land races because they don't pay enough. And that's a bummer. Because back in the day when there wasn't like Cayo and stuff, oh my god, boy did I bite that hard. I'm gonna get killed here, guys. These guys are gonna pop me. Where's my oppressor? Here it is. Oh man, did I luck out. I mean, I'm not out yet, but there we go. Boy, that went south. Anyways, back in the day when there was no Cayo and stuff, and races weren't comparatively a bad payout, you could get a lot of people in races, and they were a lot of fun. And that's what I'm talking about, is they should kind of equalize the payout for all activities, and then let people just do the activities they enjoy and not have to worry about, oh man, am I missing out? Because I think that's the mentality most people have. They don't want to do races because they feel like they're missing out on money they could be earning doing Cayo. That's a problem. It really is. It's a problem for the game. And I think, well, I hope Rockstar is finally recognizing that. And that's why they said what they said in that Newswire release the other week. They seem to address that exact concern with their words. But like I said, cautiously optimistic. We'll see. They said the right thing, but are they just paying lip service? Are they going to really do anything about it? And if they do something about it, are they going to do enough? Because, like I said, they put land races on triple money the other week, paying 3 times what they normally pay out, and people still wouldn't do the races. They still wouldn't do it. That tells you how utterly without value they are, you know, as far as the payouts are concerned. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. Sorry, Remington, I know you said this a while ago. Oh, when you say OG heist, you mean, yeah, he's talking about the original heist with Lester and the high-end apartments, the ones that came out like in March of 2015. They were the last major update for the PS3 platform, by the way. I remember doing them way back then on PS3. Boy, were those the days. All right, so actually we've only got 2 missions left here, and then we can go back to Cayo. Got to get the fingerprint cloner here. Let's see if I can maybe not biff it like I did on the previous one here. It's kind of funny, I got caught in that alcove when I fell off my oppressor. Do I remember the old money trucks? Yes, I do. And I also remember the crate drops, too. Like crates full of supplies that would drop. And I remember when Trevor would call you and say that there was someone moving stuff in a plane. And there would be this NPC plane that would spawn up in the air that was like running guns or something. And you had to hunt it down. You had to get an air vehicle and go hunt it down and take it out for Trevor. That guy was really hiding, wasn't he? There were a lot of cool events in the early days of the game in free roam that were a lot of fun. Whoops. Like I say, man, remember guys, I'm 50. My my thumbs are not really nimble. Old man, no thumbs. I'm not sure if I did a stream of me trying to PvP. I'm not sure if it would be funny or if it would be cringy. It might be a mix of both. I am so bad at PvP. Alright, well this is the best location for this anyways. It's out at the pier. And the cameras here literally don't work. How many times do they add? Not very many times, Vinny. They have not added the Panther statue very much. As a matter of fact, I feel like they are really overdue for it at this point. I can't remember the last time they put it in. Was it the beginning of the year? Was it January, February, something like that? Do you own a penthouse? I do. I own a bunch of properties all over the place. I've got the penthouse apartment up in, well, I think I do, up in, what's the name of that? The main high-end apartment building that everyone loved back in the day. That they have the penthouses now. Penthouses are actually old at this point, but they still seem kind of new to me because I remember when they weren't in the game. But yes, I think I do own one of those, yes. I own one of the houses, too. And I've got a little crap house up in Paleto Bay. Just because. All right, we got it. We got the finger... Oh, Diamond Casino penthouse. Yes, I do own a Diamond Casino penthouse, too. Which actually helps with the... If you don't get... If your primary target for Cayo is the bearer bonds, so it's not in the glass case... So you've got basically two classes of primary target for Cayo. You've got the ruby necklace... You've got tequila, the ruby necklace, the pink diamond, and occasionally the Panther statue, if you're lucky. Those are all in the glass case, so you need the plasma cutter to get to them. But there's also the bearer bonds, which is in the safe. And so you don't need the plasma cutter for that. Instead, you have to get the safe codes. You go to the casino for the safe codes. That's where that mission is. If you own the Diamond Casino penthouse, it actually makes that mission a little bit faster because you don't have to go find... what is his name? Tom something or other. He's like the manager at the casino under Agatha. His name is Tom. I can't think of his last name. I think he's in contacts on the phone though. But anyways, if you don't own a penthouse, then when you get the safe code mission, you have to go down to the penthouse garage, find his car, and you have to steal a pass key to the penthouse level in order to go up there and then go get the safe codes. But if you own the penthouse, then you don't have to do that part, and you can just go directly to the penthouse level. So, Tom Connors, yes, thank you, sir. Yes, that is his name. So yeah, that is one of the benefits of owning the penthouse condo is being able to skip stealing the key from Tom Connors' car when you're doing the safe code prep for Cayo. All right, last mission, and then we can go back to Cayo. Going back to Cayo. You young guys have no idea what I'm talking about when I say that, I bet. Anyone who was a kid in the 80s, you may remember LL Cool J in the song Going Back to Cali. So anyway, that's what I was referencing. Yes, I'm old. You know, sometimes I wonder if it would just be easier to put on the hard hat for this one. Because these guys, they're kind of hard to get with the missiles because they're kind of like in cover behind everything. I think that's the last one. All right, if there's any more, I'm just going to take them out with my shotgun. All right. Hey, I think I see it already. I think it's over here. Hey, nice. Whoops. All right. Get this. And get out of here. Well, that worked out nice. Sometimes you have to like go run all through there and look through all the toolboxes to find that. That one was in the toolbox closest to where I landed. So, all right, time for the main heist again. And there were 2 Cocos, weren't there? I'll see it on the map when I get back into Kasaka, actually. I got to shrink my radar back down to get rid of the expanded radar view so that I can see the vision cones for the guards and the cameras and stuff when I'm there. know, there's kind of a flaw in the logic here from Pavel, which I don't know why I'm bothering to criticize this, but I just will. He claims the reason we have to do these prep missions every time is so that we get rid of the evidence and we can't get traced back to it. But the whole purpose of stealing this stuff in the first place was so that it wouldn't trace back to us, but it would trace back to the people we stole it from. If that's the case, then why would we need to do it again? Wouldn't it still trace back to the people that we stole it from even later? So anyways, but whatever. I'm not gonna beleaguer that one too much, or belabor that one too much. All right, let's do this. Cayo number 2 for the night. Finale. Took a little bit longer on the preps this time than normal, I feel like. Although I did have that one lockup where I had to jump sessions again. Oops, I forgot to look at the map for the Coco. I think it's all on the one side, though. I think it's all on the right side, so I don't have to cross the water for this, I don't think. I'll see it on radar in a minute when I come up to it. This is the other thing. This came about with the agency update. They changed the beginning of this mission so that if you pick the North Dock as your starting point, like I do, it points your boat directly at the cliff and it guns the throttle right before it gives you control of the boat. And I'm not sure why they felt it necessary to do that. It used to start you off running parallel with the cliffs like you would expect, you know, so that you don't run into them. So when this mission first starts, you have to really get control of it fast, or else you will hit the cliffs. And it is possible to kill this boat. Wait for the Jeep to go by and pop. Okay. So I think I see the one Coco here. I think the Panther Stench will be back in the summer date. I sure hope so. Like I said, man, it's been a long time since they've given it to us, I feel like. You know, not to be ungrateful, because obviously it's still the best money in the game. But I feel like they could give us the Panther statue a little more often than they do. They really, really are stingy with it, in my opinion. Okay, now I gotta be careful of the camera. Yeah, it's pointing this way. I don't want to get stuck in the camera. I may have to wait for that guy to come out again. It's all right. No big deal. If I can't catch him before he leaves, yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna push it. I'll just wait here for him. He'll come back in a second. I don't want to kill him when he's standing outside the building, because then there's a chance that the Jeep will drive by later and we'll see the body, and that'll trigger the alarm. Hey, Freddy. Welcome to the stream, sir. The main target is Ruby Necklace. It's not a terribly special one here. But I do have 2 Cocos, so that's nice. So we'll grab this Coco, and then there's one over closer to the boat. At least we don't have to cross the water, which is nice. And is the camera point? Okay. The camera kind of changes things a little bit. There's not always a camera on that building. You do kind of have to be a little more aware when you're running out of it, when you're running out of the building. So here's the other Coco, and then we'll take the boat over to the compound. Curious to see if my boat is still by the shore or if it floated out to sea. Sometimes it floats out pretty far. You have to swim out to it. I only ever get the main target. Is this way? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Freddy, look at my take already. It's almost 500,000 already. And if you finish Cayo in under 15 minutes with a full loot bag, which I now have a full loot bag, with a full loot bag under 15 minutes, and without triggering the guards and without failing any hacks, you get the Elite Challenge, which is a $100,000 bonus if your heist is hard mode, which it should always be, by the way. If it's not hard mode, then the Elite Challenge is 50,000. So, yeah, basically, I'm adding 446,000 plus I'll get the Elite Challenge at the end for having a full loot bag. I'm basically adding like 550,000 to my take by doing this. It's absolutely worth it. Absolutely. You're here anyways. You may as well take a few extra minutes and earn an extra $500,000. So here we go. Doing this with the unprofessionals the other month, or the other week. We were all in the boat, and when Freehan went to jump out of the boat, he didn't make it, and he just like did a header like into the floor of the boat. It's really funny to see. I guess that only ever happens. Freddy, man, no problem, buddy. No problem, man. You're not bothering me or anything like that. No, man. I enjoy having an active chat, actually. I mean, sometimes I do have to focus on what I'm doing, but no, that's the point of doing this is you know, kind of chill out. Everyone just kind of chat whatever we want. Well, I guess not whatever we want, but game related, hopefully. But yeah, no worries, man. No problem at all. All right, here we go, guys. Now this part I will focus on. This is where I gotta get my timing right and try not to screw it up like I did the other one. People who were here at the very beginning saw my first Cayo. I screwed this one up. I had to restart it. I shot the one guard, and then his body got seen by the camera before I took the camera out. I will not be making that mistake. Or trying not to, anyway. All right, here we go. Got to move. Get the timing right. So I'm watching the radar, and there's a juggernaut up there. I'm waiting for him to turn before I come around the corner. He turned, so now I can come around the corner, and I can pop this guy. The guy up ahead of me, I'm waiting for him to turn. He just turned. So I'll jump down, come around behind him, and pop him. There we go. That's the guy that got seen by the camera last time. And that's the camera that saw him that I just took out. Now I'll take this guy out through the rails. And then I kind of slowed down there, so I'm going to have to move. I'm going to take this guy, but he's going to turn soon. And boom, got him. He gave up the gate keys, which is good. That's what I wanted, looking for those gate keys. And I'm going to leave that money laying by that guy because I really don't care about it. And I need to finish up here before the juggernaut comes around the corner again. So this guy will come down here. Need to pop him. We'll go get the money out of the office safe. And like I said, I've got the gate keys, so I do not need to use the elevator. So money from the safe, we're at 446. Now we're at 496. Oh, horrible office safe, guys. Only 30,000. That's the lowest I've ever seen the office safe be. It can be as high as 95,000. That one was only 30,000. That's crap. Total crap. That's maybe the lowest office safe I've ever seen. So here's the gate. And I like this fingerprint thing because there's only 2 of them. Hey, Golden, thanks for joining. This will be the last one for today. Only 2, because I got to work tonight. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will do a bunker sale and probably a payphone hit after this, though, while I'm waiting for the cooldown so that I can purchase the next one and get hard mode. 3, 4. There we go. And let's get this out. Man, I can't believe how bad that safe was. 30 grand, come on. It's not even a real great target, like primary target. We'll see what the final take is, though. Like I say, no matter how bad your Cayo is, like, it still pays better than anything else in the game, so it's kind of hard to complain too hard about it. 2 more. There's 1, and 1 more cycle. We'll get it. There we go. All right, so gotta watch for the Juggernaut when we come out here. Yep, he's kind of pointing at us. I gotta wait for him to turn before I climb up there. Okay, he's turned. Now I'm watching this guy out by the gate. Want him to like walk. There he goes. So I can just kind of sneak it behind him. I said out, kind of weird. Don't know why. I was telling people at the beginning of the stream, so after I get out of the gate here, after this cutscene's over with, the last thing I do is I run up to the guy by the motorcycle. I pop him, I melee him, and I jump on the motorcycle and leave. So the other day I was doing this, right here, this part, and when I came up to this guy, I accidentally hit the button to get on the motorcycle instead of the melee button, and he promptly killed me, and I had to do the whole heist all over again. It really sucked. Doesn't sound that funny when I tell the story, but at the time that it happened, I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, oh, old thumbs. Alright, so we jump out here, put on the mask, and like I say, normally I would swim out to the skeleton, but see the escape Cayo Perico down at the bottom of my screen? As soon as that disappears, of course, if there we go. As soon as that disappears, you can just come up here and wait, and you're done. You can see El Rubio's helicopter off in the distance there. There we go. All set. Freddy, what are good businesses to own to get some extra money while you're doing the Cayo? Well, I like the Bunker. That's the best starter one. The best one is the Nightclub, but the thing about that is you have to have a bunch of businesses in support of it. So, like, you want to have the crate warehouse, like even a small one. It doesn't matter as long as you own a crate warehouse, as long as you own a bunker, and then you'd want like the Coco lockup, the Funny Money lockup, and the Blue Sky Crystal lockup for the MC businesses. And those 5 businesses, if you have all those, then the Nightclub can automatically accrue all of those products, and then you can sell those products when they build up. You do not need to have, like a lot of people ask, okay, so if I own the MC business for Coco and I'm having my Nightclub like accrue Coco, do I need to have the Coco lockup upgraded for the MC? No, you do not. That does not make any difference. What you do want, though, is you want the Nightclub updated for it to get product better. But you don't have to update like the base businesses that are behind it. You know, the Coco lockup, the Blue Sky Crystal lockup, the Funny Money you do not have to update those. That'll have no impact on your Nightclub production. But anyways, those are the best like passive income things. Also, if you have an agency, I recommend you do the 200 security contract missions, because once you have that, your safe in your agency will get $20,000 every 48 minutes. Let me call for my Press Mark 2. Can I sell my Nightclub? Do you mean when I say sell my nightclub, I'm talking about selling the product that's built up. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, or if you're asking if you can get rid of the property. I don't think you can get rid of the property. Although if you want to buy a different nightclub location, why then you can get some value out of your old location. I think it's like half value or something like that. But if you're asking if you can actually get rid of the property entirely, no, you cannot. Once you buy a property like that, you're stuck with it. You can't get rid of it. Same thing with all of them, like the facility, the bunker, all that stuff. In fact, I'm going to do a bunker sale now. And if you guys have ever watched my stream before, you know my least favorite bunker sale is the Merryweather one. And I swear, because the Merryweather sell mission is my least favorite, that's the one that I get like 90% of the time. So, anyone want to take any bets? I'm going to sell my bunker right now. Anyone want to take any bets? It's going to be the Merryweather mission. You hear Agent whatever on the phone. Here Merryweather goes again, pissing in our soup, or whatever the heck he says. Trying to save up for something? No, not really. I just want to hit $1 billion. That's all. In fact, before I end the stream, we'll take a look at my total, see where I'm at. Should be getting close to like 430 some, I would think. Oh, actually, there it is, 440. It's up there right now. So look at this. I've done 339 sales out of my bunker for a total of almost 80 million. So we'll buy supplies and let's go sell our stock. So who wants to bet? It's going to be Merryweather. And you're going to watch me cry and whine like a little girl when I do this. Because I hate this mission. Yeah.
We're all business today. The guns are in an insurgent. Get it to the buyers and your job is done.
Nice. Nice. Instead of Merryweather, I got actually my favorite mission, which is we're all business today. I lucked out. Thank goodness. I hate the Merryweather mission. I am going to get Lester up on the phone, though, because sometimes you get a wanted level. Whoops, try not to crash. Sometimes you'll get a wanted level in this mission. Yep, and I did. But you can just call Lester and get rid of it. So there we go. That's why I have Lester on standby for this. And then if I don't get a wanted level, I can just hang up on him. How do I get so much? Mostly by grinding Cayo, but like I say, I also do a nightclub. I do a nightclub sale every day, which is for usually around $1 million. I usually get about $300,000 or $400,000 from my safes every day, the arcade safe and the agency safe, and then I also do like a bunker sale. And right now with I always do a payphone hit anyway. But with payphone hits on double money, it's actually, the payphone hit is actually more valuable than my bunker sale right now. Yorick VM, how you doing, buddy? He dodged the infamous mock laser. Yep, I lucked out, man. No Merryweather this time. Thank goodness. You know how much I hate that. You know how much I hate that. Hey, Yorick, I'm glad you're here, buddy. I wanted to ask you something. I was watching your stream. I think it was yesterday, whenever it was. Did you get hit for that music? Like I heard Eiffel 65. I heard in the background when you were playing Blue and stuff. Did YouTube give you any garbage about that? I mean, that's copyright music. But I wasn't sure if you got hit. Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you, man. Thank you. You may have seen, I don't know if you saw, well, yeah, you did, because you commented on it. This past Friday, we had a little bit of a situation with the wife. We had to take her to ER, but she's totally fine, man. She's okay. They discharged her a few hours later. See, can you sometime do a stream where you go through how to start a nightclub out? I don't know how MC Coco is less profitable than Cayo Coco. That goes to show how bad MC business. You're right, Remington. You're absolutely right about that, sir. That is a good example of Rockstar BS. I probably did. I haven't checked yet. Were you lurking? No, I wasn't able to watch it live. It was after you were already done streaming that I watched it. Actually, I didn't see you when you were actually online doing the stream. I was off doing other stuff at the time, but I watched it after the fact. Freddie, to start a nightclub out, well, I can't do the setup anymore because I've already done the setup. But I don't mind like going over all the stuff you have to buy, like to kind of get it where you want it. Let me call for my oppressor here. Best personal vehicle. I'm gonna knock out a. Shut up, Agent 14. I'm gonna knock out a payphone hit real quick here. See if I can nab a quick 170K before the Cayo cooldown ends. Oh, if you were able to watch it, then it must be in the clear. I don't think it was playing hearable enough to be taken down. I don't know, man. It was pretty clear to me. Like at the beginning of it, you had that Eiffel 65 song going, that I'm blue, dabba-dee, or whatever that song is. And I was like, oh, how is he playing that? That's, I guess we'll see. You know what? If you go to your YouTube dashboard and if you like look at your content there, it may have left it up, but you might see like a copyright claim. Now, mind you, that's not the same as a copyright strike. A copyright claim just means that, hey, if you ever get any revenue from this video, well, then the music company is going to take it. Ironically, and let me tell you guys, YouTube is terrible about that. They really, really are awful. Okay, it's the Closet CEO one. I hope it's not the bulldozer one, but we'll find out in a moment. The bulldozer one I have the most trouble with because I have a hard time seeing the bulldozer driver because, 50-year-old eyes. Just play whatever I feel. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. That's cool then. But no, I got hit hard. I posted my wedding video. Let's see. Accidents happen when there's heavy containers involved. Okay, cool. It's the heavy container. Actually, I do mess this one up sometimes too, but hopefully I do better with it than I do with the what's it called? Bulldozer one. So for those who haven't seen this before, there's a heavy container over in the construction over there, and there'll be a little arrow right there. And I got to shoot that little box. That'll cause this big thrift container to fall. But I have to wait for the CEO to walk under it. Now, he's like off there. He is. He's got the red arrow. I'll tell you about my wedding video in one sec. I got to focus on this because, old man. You know me and aim. This is going to be a challenge. Also, trying to get it when he's actually under it. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. Am I on that thing? I think I am. Okay, we'll see in a moment. Come on, man. Here he comes. Here he comes. I'm a little bit under it. I probably shouldn't have moved it. There we go. I think I'm on it. Is he under it? Now. Got him. Nice. All right. Yeah, I have a little bit of trouble with that one sometimes too. Although, like I said, the bulldozer one is the hardest one for me because... There we go. 170 grand, man. Look at that. Or, yeah, 170 grand. I speedrun this location once in 1 minute. Yorick, I complained about the bulldozer one, and I have the hardest time with that because I have a hard time seeing the guy in the bulldozer. But I have actually completed the bulldozer one in 47 seconds. If I get to that tower, he's already standing right in front of the bulldozer. If I go up on the water tower there, and if I get a good shot on the bulldozer driver, I'll finish that in about 47 seconds, grand total time. So yeah, I know what you mean, that you can definitely get that one done fast, depending on which mission it is and where he is. Vibin' Jay, how's your day? Hey, buddy, my day's great. Thank you. How's yours? And hey, look, Cayo cooldown is done, so I'm going to call for the Kasaka, and I'm going to deposit cash. Get rid of my messages. Just deposit this. And where are we at now money-wise? Let's get this in there and we'll see. Okay, so we're at 400, just about 441 million. So, in last Wednesday, thanks, Vivan, that's nice, thank you. So we hit 400 million past Wednesday. So in 5 days, I've done about 40 million. So not bad at all. It's been a good week for grinding. I've really knocked a lot out, even with Friday. And understand, guys, I spent like 8 hours at the ER on Friday. With the wife. It was so annoying. I mean, that didn't come out right. How inconvenient for me that my wife didn't feel good, right? No, what I'm saying is annoying is that it took the ER so long. She needed an IV and she needed some antibiotics, and they didn't get an IV into her for almost 5 hours after we arrived there. It was ridiculous. The service was so slow. That's what I mean when I say it was so annoying, by the way. So just so there's no misunderstanding about that. So let me return my vehicle. And after this, when is my next stream? Friday. I stream Friday nights. Friday nights is not really a pure grind stream. Like, I will do my initial little grind begin with. Like, I'll do a Cayo and a nightclub sale and a bunker sale and probably a payphone hit, but then I'll turn my firewall rules off and I'll jump into free roam and try to have some fun with randos. I do a lot of stuff. I mean, I try to get into some races, try to get into some missions with people. If anyone in the chat, if you're on Xbox Series X and if you're in Expanded and Enhanced, Yorick, if they'd like to join me in the game on Friday night, they're always welcome to. Actually, Yorick, I know you got better things to do on your Friday nights than play video games, but you're out there macking. But anyways, yeah, anyone who wants to join in the session is always welcome on Friday nights, if you're on the same platform with me. And we just do whatever, man. It's a much more laid back. Well, I mean, this is pretty laid back too, but what I mean is it's not so targeted on Friday night like it is on Monday night. Monday night, I have to end like I have to end now, actually, in a moment here, because I work at 9 o'clock, which is like 45 minutes from now, and I've got to like get some food and get ready for work. But let's see. No worries about that, mock. Whenever you're not able to stream, we understand. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Might be at home for 2 weeks right now. Nice. No, maybe I can convince you to come into free roam with me on Friday, huh? Yeah. We'll do a little I don't know, just some like old school stuff, man. Let's try to recreate an old Expert Thief Thug Life video, like when he used to have Turk come in all the time, and they do like the store robbing and they do all the bounty hunting and stuff like that, and see if that'd be kind of fun, man. I don't know. Play it by ear. It doesn't have to be planned. You know what I mean? I think half the fun of this game in free roam is exactly that, just free roaming, random whatever. But anyways, guys, you just might have a good shift. I hope it goes quick. Oh, thank you, Remington. Thank you. I hope so too. I'll be putting on my admin hat for a moment here. I for those who don't know, I'm a Cisco engineer. I support like Cisco switches, routers, stuff like that in corporate environments, but I do it all remotely. So I actually work right from here from home. So works out well for me. So anyways, guys, I do got to get going now, but thank you very, very much for joining and watching. I had a good time. I hope you guys did too. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and have a great game.